Oh, now it did it.
Welcome to the Business Party Podcast, where we combine our not-so-superpowers to bring you entertainment.
Please, Mr. Zombie, don't eat me. I've got fibromyalgia. I've got gout.
And welcome to the Business Party Podcast. That beginning went weird. It seemed like it didn't go at first, but here we are. And we are welcomed by Vandi Street. Creations by Vandi Street. She does some wonderful stuff. Great to have her on. Want to have her on for a little while. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, plug all your stuff. We will have you probably do it again later, but go ahead and let the people know where you're at and how to find you.
Well, first of all, thank y'all so much for having me. My name is Ashley. I am the owner of Creations by Vandi Street, and I make patriotic tumblers. And I started really coming out and giving my point of views on different things and politics about a year ago when I had this tumbler right here go viral. And so it just kind of went from there. And so people seem to really like it. And of course, there were people that absolutely hated it, but
No.
that motivated me more. And so I've been sharing some things that I believe and a lot of other people believe. And now I am actually fixing to start doing a whole, hopefully a movement, and I'm be raising money for the victims of human trafficking. So I can't wait to.
Yes, that is what's up. That's what's up.
That's awesome. That is phenomenal.
Yeah, I think that was one of the first things that I actually came into knowing you by, because I remember seeing one of your TikToks, good old TikTok, the land of TikTok. Remember seeing one of your TikToks about something like that, and that's whenever I first started getting to following you. But yeah, that's awesome that you do that, because I'm all about that stuff. That's one of the craziest fucking things, especially now with this whole open borders thing. I know we all know that that's going on big time.
Oof. Did you see the guys holding off the good old Border Patrol with the flag?
Yeah, that was wild.
What are we doing here? What are we doing? Once again, go to another country and just go, I'm staying, and see what they tell you.
Right.
Just go to another country. Just go to Russia and just bring, things that aren't allowed there. And then, just say, I'm a part of a group in the USA. Send me back, please.
Right.
No.
Well, but that's what's crazy to me, though, too, is that like you're saying that about Russia. People talk about Brittany Griner, that she should be brought back. And I'm like, I really don't care, to be honest. I don't think she should at all. She knew what she was doing. We all know the penalties of things. You're not in the like, I'm sorry, just because, like, if I went there and I got caught with what she did, would I be getting brought back? No, nobody would care, because I'm not a WNBA player, some woketivist, basically.
Well, because you're not 6'3" and flat chested either.
Yeah, she's a dude. So
You have boobs. But yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, these leaked documents are just insane. And that article that this Yahoo put out, with talking about how, oh no, we need amnesty. Let's just
Oh, yeah.
No. How about let's
full Dr. Evil. How about no?
let's not forget, while they were calling for our debts and our jobs and all that stuff. Let's not forget all that.
Right.
Whatever.
Well, I mean, that too, and like especially seeing some of the videos that I've seen people share here lately on TikTok and Twitter and stuff, of like even like that little kid that was like made to leave a restaurant because they didn't have a vaccine. I saw that video again, and he was like 6 years old. Like, are you serious?
Yeah, they force people out of restaurants. They force people out of jobs, which I heard somebody say, nobody lost their job because of it. Excuse me? And why is New York paying millions of dollars in back pay to people? Why are they telling people they have to go back to they're allowed to go back to their jobs that they were fired for? Why is all of a sudden the NYFD all of a sudden, after a year and something of not getting paid, just get to walk back into work.
Right. Yeah, where are you located at, Ashley?
I'm in Southeast Texas.
What's your address? Quick, go.
No. But how are things for you during the pandemic, especially during the main part?
Well, I know I would sit here and tell you that to me it was bad, but I know there were places it was worse, like New York, for instance.
Mhm.
We didn't really start wearing masks until towards the very end, and then they started like mandating the masks here. And people weren't. I don't remember anyone here in Texas. I mean, I'm sure there were probably nurses and stuff that were having to get. Actually, a friend of mine who worked at a nursing home, she ended up getting a religious exemption for the vaccine.
Okay, good.
Which I thought that was awesome because at least, she was able to, could keep working with that religious exemption. But there were a lot of employers here that aren't exemptions. So she was very lucky to be able to accept that. And to me, I know there's so many people that ended up getting the vaccine. And I know people personally that are very close to me that ended up getting it because, I mean, of course, they were so to getting it. And, I keep hearing issues and just people, it's scary. But
Well, my buddy Sean had to get it to see his dad before he passed. And I was like, oh man, that's just terrible. Just to even have to see his dad before he passed, he had to get it. Like, and he didn't want to. And I told him about everything that I knew about it that came out now that's totally true that we all knew was going to happen. And I don't know what's going to happen with him. And that's what's really crazy,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, well, they were telling people that they couldn't see their loved ones, and I have a video right here, real quick, if you want to let me pull it up.
Yeah, I'll take this one down real quick. We'll come back to that article in a minute. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that just during that time, I can't believe that. What kind of mindset are you in whenever you think you're going to be able to put that out? And like, what do you think? Everyone's just going to be like, okay,
yeah, sure, okay, sounds
fine.
good to me. You guys okay with it? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I lost my entire livelihood. I couldn't see my dad die, my grandpa, my whatever during cancer, anything like that.
I don't know what I'm doing, folks. I'm just pressing buttons, and this is we don't have anybody to teach us how to do it. Okay,
this one right here. There you go.
Okay, there you go. I wanted everybody to see the poor old lady. All right, hold on. Here we go. We're professionals, Ashley. We're professionals.
We're trying.
We're professionals at fucking this up.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's this just an example to remind people what happened.
Well, right. Well, can I tell you for the record that her color is very poor. She's quite blue around the lips, and her breathing is quite fast, and that's, to me, that is a cause for concern.
Well, like I say, we've not had any concerns with the street.
Well, I know, but you never do have concerns for her. With respect, you don't. I understand you're doing your best, but
her lips are blue, but there's no concern. Don't worry about it. We've got it. Don't worry.
Right.
I can see that my mother is not well just by looking at her through the window.
Well, all I can suggest is that you ring up on Monday morning.
Well, what do you mean I ring up on Monday morning? That's 2 whole days away.
Well, like I say, I'm not the manager. So
you're not the manager, but I mean, I'm reporting. Hang on a minute, just a minute before you go. I am asking you. I want this doctor. Hang on a minute. Don't take her away. Hey, don't take her away.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Don't take her away. Don't take her away. You.
Sorry. Bye-bye, below. Yep.
Wow.
That's what they did.
I never saw that video. Wow.
I just saw it today.
I've never
But
seen
that, but
Dude,
that's
they
it's
completely
insane.
weaponized, like how we all talk about the fact that, the divide and conquer is a real thing. They used it big time during all of that, especially with stuff like that, with caring about people and really trying to see what anyone's gonna take, dude, that's just like, that's mad authoritarianism. That's sad. That's real bad.
Did you know anybody with the who got it, Ashley, that's had some ill, like bad reactions to it or anything like that?
quite a few, and a couple of them
Oh,
Couple of them what?
are family members.
Oh, jeez.
I
But
do.
it's for the good of everybody. We were told. That's what we were told. It's the good of everybody. Yeah, you know who everybody is? Pfizer, Johnson and Johnson, Moderna. That's who the good of it was for. Amazon. Everybody whose pockets just went, oh, we're gonna do this to the inflation thing to do for the rich
right.
and the. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Well, you want to know something that's crazy?
Me.
So that I told you who worked at a nursing home. They had all the elderly get the vaccine, right? They did that at most of the nursing homes. And not only did my friend notice this, but I had seen several other nurses who worked in nursing homes notice that after they got their vaccines, these elderly people just started dying, strokes,
Right.
and at a rate that they'd never lost their elderly before. Like whenever my friend told me this, and then I started, seeing people try to. Of course, they were getting censored. Their posts would get taken down. They even would try to make TikToks, would get taken down because they were trying to point something out that they didn't want us pointing out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it gave me chills because it made me scared. Like, this is it's not okay. You can't keep someone from being able to tell their side of the story, and you can't sit there and say it's misinformation. They're not spreading misinformation. They're just telling you what they're witnessing with their own eyes.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's like you being beat, and then every time you call or tell somebody, they just no, shut up, no, shut up, no, that didn't happen to you. I'm sorry. There's a black eye here. I've got 16 missing teeth. Did I do this to myself? Like, it was horrendous, and that's not. Listen, when you seem like a young lady, but you're a wife and a mother, and so when I just had a brain fart and I forgot where we were going. My brain just went,
Like,
hi, no, goodbye. But I don't know. Scott, you go. Ready? Tag. You're it. My brain was like, hey.
Well, one of the main things that we need to just go on to, actually, let's go ahead and just go back onto this. The pandemic amnesty. That's one of the main things. For the fact of that, she wants to try to make everyone just kind of be like, all right, let bygones be bygones. We pressured you through all this shit. People lost their jobs. People weren't able to see, loved ones before they passed and everything else. But then she wants to try to just say, yeah, let bygones be bygones. It's like, no, I don't think so, especially whenever you are one of the ones that were pushing for quite a bit of stuff. And then in this article, she says some other things. So we'll go through it a little bit. In April 2020, with nothing else to do, my family took an enormous number of hikes. We all wore cloth masks that I had made myself. We had a family hand signal. Like, this isn't war, lady. You don't need a fucking hand signal. You can just be like, hey, people.
Poor kid was wearing crotchless panties on his face.
Right?
Mom, this smells. Why does this smell like last night's dinner? Shut up.
Which the person in front would use if someone was approaching on the trail and we needed to put on our masks. Like, dude, that's fucking ridiculous, especially being outside. But anyways, once when another child got too close, the 4-year-old, on a bridge. He yelled at her social distancing. Dude,
Okay.
how brainwashed is your kid? Especially like kids. They have the most resilient immune system.
How old are your kids, Vandy?
I only have one daughter, and she is 13.
She's 13. When she was 4, could she yell social distancing?
Right.
I mean, my niece, my nickname is Tito for my niece because until she was like 6, she couldn't say tío, which is Spanish for uncle. She called me Tito. So you think, no, social distancing was coming out of a 4-year-old's mouth?
Or get this, 6 feet.
Yeah.
Right.
These
Wow.
people with delusions of grandeur.
Well, and exactly. And then here's the part that kind of solidifies that. These precautions were totally misguided. In April 2020, no one got the coronavirus from passing someone else hiking. Oh, no, they didn't. But you guys wanted to fucking act like it was completely like that no matter what. Like, anytime someone went outside, we had people fucking beating each other's ass at parks and stuff, and people calling cops on each other for being out walking their fucking dogs without a mask.
There was a guy surfing in California that got arrested. He was surfing with nobody around him. But my favorite is the people who went swimming with masks.
Oh, yeah, that was ridiculous.
I was sitting there praying, no, don't come back up. Don't come back up. Don't come back up.
Outdoor transmission was that vanishingly rare?
Yeah,
That's
vanishingly
weird.
rare.
That's a weird statement to make about that, though. Because, I mean, outdoor transmission was, non-existent as far as everyone fucking knew. Our cloth masks made out of old bandanas wouldn't have done anything anyway. Yeah, no shit. We all were telling you that before. Like, there's plenty of studies, as long as you can understand the fact that a nanometer, whatever sizes they are, it's a chain link fence trying to keep out mosquitoes.
Well,
That's exactly what it is.
You saw the videos where people trying to, prove that the mask didn't do anything, where literally a guy was outside in the cold and you just watched all the breath come out of the mask, and then they changed it to, well, we just don't want to get the spittle. Well, I thought it was to protect it from coming in. Now you're telling me you're that's one of the many thousands of flip-flops that they did.
Yeah.
And people were just like, okay, yeah, it went from, it's not going to get in now, but it can come out now. Now it can't come out. It's just going to, don't spit on me.
Right. Yeah, don't spit on me. Well, but here's another thing, is that it kind of, we get into a little bit of thought process with some of this. It kind of looks like it's getting in front of jumping to the gun to get in front of what is coming out now, especially with the dude that came on Crowder now with all the blood clot stuff and how they look fibrous and everything else. So, yeah, if you guys haven't heard the Crowder episode today, go listen to the Crowder episode. Mortician was on there that was talking about whenever they get bodies in and what they're pulling out of them and how they can't drain the blood right because of the clots that are in them, but they're not really like clots. And yeah, I need to look more into it because I kind of want to we need to do an episode on it, actually, yes. But nonetheless, it would be nice to have somebody talk about it. But if anyone who's listening right now has probably seen that that stuff, because I mean, you're not listening
10W60.
But that's what it seems like. It's ridiculous, man.
Jesus.
So I had seen a mortician make a TikTok the other day, and it was something about, guess who's getting censored the most right now? And then right at the very end of the video popped up the word morticians. And so anyway, I saved that video. Like, I put it in my favorites because I wanted to go back to it later. Well, I ended up trying to look for it and go back to it later. Yeah, the video's gone. They took
yeah.
I save all the videos like that because it's just, I know it's going to be gone.
Yeah, I do too.
It's just going to boop, bye-bye. I got a block the other day for the Paul Pelosi thing. I got a violation because I duetted Pretty Patriot, and I just put up all these Twitter posts of people who were just, saying that it was Republican right extremists. This is because of Republican extremists. And then it's now starting to come out that this guy was a prostitute.
Oh yeah, and he's from
He
Canada.
Yeah, he's from Canada. He overstayed his visa.
Hey,
The
he's from
neighbors
fucking
didn't
America's
like
hat.
them. He was sleeping in a van. It was just like, but straight to violent Republicans.
Yeah, but guess what? Also, they still can't fucking, go after Hunter good enough, which we keep hearing that they're trying to, whatever else. They can't go after him, right? They can't. There's a few other things. I can't remember what it was. Somebody made a bunch of those comparisons, but it's like, but they'll be on top of this.
Yeah. No, this will go away.
Well, no, they'll be on top of it. Like, as far as like, oh, the FBI's on it, all this other shit. And then it's like, but then everything goes away. Like the story goes from this to this, and then it goes down to making zero fucking sense. Like none of it makes any sense.
They call the FBI on a thing for Bubba Watson. Like, really? It's a noose. They called the FBI. They had to investigate the FBI.
Yeah.
But some psychopath runs into Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House's house, and it's just gonna be. Well, I have the clip that I played the other day with this one, where they're already changing the narrative of what this is. They're already
somebody had a picture of him supposedly being a cameraman somewhere.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I still need to look into it. I don't want to say that is absolutely real.
Yeah, the 48-hour rule.
Yeah.
But yeah, here they go on the wonderful MSNBC talking about the Paul Pelosi situation.
Pizzagate cabal style stuff. The idea that the world is secretly run by this new world order, and it is trying to censor you. It's trying to prevent the world from seeing what's really going on. And that Nancy Pelosi and people like that, those people in the QAnon spaces right now, those people are at the top of that sphere. They are at the top of that pecking order when it comes to how people believe in conspiracy theories. And I do want to stress this. Right now, trending on Twitter is the lie about this guy. It's the lie that
it's trending.
I'm sorry. Did we not have the big lie, Russiagate, all that stuff trending on Twitter every day? Oh, you guys weren't on Twitter, but yeah. That stuff was trending.
The worst thing is they still have people who fucking believe it.
Yeah. Yeah. They believe that Donald Trump got wee-weed on by Russian prostitutes, but they don't believe that Paul Pelosi called a prostitute in the middle of the night and they got into an argument. Yeah. Seems legit to me.
Right.
Trending on Twitter as we speak because Elon Musk pushed it on Saturday.
Because Jack Dorsey never pushed anything, right? Right.
Yeah. Or yesterday, sorry. I just want to make it clear how they got to this place. So, first of all, lies on the internet move faster than the truth. And that's in part why there are all these safeguards that Elon Musk is trying to take down on Twitter right now. The lies that were pushed were from bad pieces of information they found.
Hold on. He said lies move faster than the truth.
I mean,
it's like almost like him saying that, we in my brain, it's almost like, that's because we censor y'all asses. That's why the lie was faster than the truth.
It was a hell of a drug. Yeah, I mean, if you want to explain the last 2 years, you're absolutely right. The lies spread faster than the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And his conviction and his like he's invested in this. It's like this guy's Paul Pelosi's best friend. And he's like, well, guys, this is why my best friend is in his underwears because of a lie.
You ain't lying. Like, he really does have that conviction to him, too. He's like, no, this is the.
And the commitment
for example.
What?
The commitment is real with these people. Like, these are the most committed people I have ever seen in my life. Like, they will defend. They don't care if this person would be on Epstein's list. They will straight up defend these people. And then you have, people like us that we see someone that we like and we realize, oh, they did this. We're not going to defend them. Like, we'll straight up call them out. Like,
But it's so funny because they automatically go right to, well, the Trump supporters. What Trump supporters have you spoken to that, well, Trump was on Epstein Island also. Okay. Tell me one Trump supporter that said that's fine, he doesn't care. Any Trump supporter that I spoke with, and listen, people keep thinking just because you support Trump or supported Trump that you're diehard no matter what, and that's what the news keeps pushing. No matter what, yeah, there's a lot of them. The same way on the other side, there's a lot of people that will back up anything AOC says. That
that are hardcore Democrat.
That Pelosi says. That Schumer says. Anybody, yeah, there are the fringe, but for the most part, people just want the truth. We want the truth. If Trump, it turned out Trump was what he was.
Oh, we would be against him then.
We'd be totally against him. Like the getting the poke. Everybody, when he said get the poke, I got the poke. Everybody was like, no, shut up. Shut your mouth. Once again, we're free to do what we want. So we're not going to do it. So shut up. Good, it worked for you. Thank God.
They said that Paul Pelosi was in his underwear. Of course he was, 2:30 in the morning at the time he was attacked. That led them to believe this was a lover's quarrel between two different people that knew each other. The reason they believed they knew each other is because the police put out a statement saying that they didn't really know who opened the door. So that led them to believe there was a third person in the house. So from there...
No, it's because Paul said he's my friend.
Yeah, on the police call.
Paul said, my friend David.
Yeah, exactly. The police said, oh, man.
You know how weird it is to hear prostitute David and my name be David?
Right.
That whole goddamn it, Dave, that went through Twitter, and I was like, oh,
like, son of a bitch.
Why? But yeah, it's just like, well, people believe. Shut up.
There was this world building on the pro-Trump internet. What could be the opposite of reality here? And the opposite of reality they came up with was these two people were having a lover's quarrel in a house, and the police sort of intruded on us. It's fundamentally incorrect. It was pushed by the richest man in the world. And then yesterday, it was pushed by Donald Trump Jr., who posted a picture of underwear and a hammer and said it's a Halloween costume for Paul Pelosi. If we don't cut this out right now, not just the normalization of violence, but the idea that reality can't even exist anymore because it cannot catch up.
Normalization of violence. Yeah. Sandy, can you tell me who normalized violence in the last couple of years?
Like, gee, I wonder, maybe Anquifa and BLM.
Yeah, and the vice president who was fundraising for the people who were causing this stuff. Yeah. Okay, all right. Well, yeah, we'll keep going with that narrative, right? Yeah.
To lies on the internet. I'm not a scholar on authoritarian history, but I've read Hannah Arendt. I've read all of these people. This is how it gets really bad. This is the start of something that gets really, really bad. If you are getting the guardrails off the truth, where it literally cannot catch up to the lies on the internet because of how the pipes work, how the system works, because of the incentives of the richest people in the world, then that's how you lose your democracy.
Shut up with your fucking democracy, for the love of, like, that's one thing that still pisses me. I'm sorry that I have to go into this rant for just a second, but god damn it. We are not a democracy. We're a constitutional republic. We have democratically elected officials, you goddamn idiots, for the love of God.
Say it enough, people will start to believe it.
That's exactly why they keep doing it.
That's all it is. They keep just regurgitating, and the news throws it out. And I don't understand. I show people all the time those news reports where everybody's saying the exact same thing. And it's news articles too. News articles, they just copy print. Like we were talking about the girl who was raped, the 10-year-old that was raped in Ohio.
Right.
And it was started in the small little newspaper, and then every news publication just copied and printed it. But then you wait that 48 hours that you're supposed to, because you shouldn't believe everything right off the bat. You find out it was an illegal who crossed the border that the mom defended,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah,
Well, exactly. Yeah, it's not. It's their democracy,
Yeah.
not our democracy, that's under attack.
so all the facts that came out afterwards swept under the rug. How about nobody cared that nobody reported it to the police?
Well, but what else was fucked up is the mom was defending
Yeah.
the dude.
Nobody reported it. There was no police report. There was nothing about child services being called. Nothing. Everybody was worried a 10-year-old couldn't get an abortion in Ohio, which by their law, she could have.
She could have, yeah.
She could have. It boggles my mind that you just show people this evidence in their face and they're just like, no, that didn't happen.
Right.
That-
Well, that's a Yuri Bezmenov, the the useless idiot. You can push whatever in their face and they won't believe it. You get out of here with this blasphemy.
I usually have it with hot sauce.
ketchup.
I usually do it with hot sauce. I'm not
That's
gonna lie.
the way I'm doing it, with hot sauce. Fuck that.
Do you make macaroni and cheese?
I used to like it a lot, but I haven't really had any interest for it in the last. I think I ate it so much growing up that I'm just, now that I'm an adult, I'm like, there's.
Well, let's go. What do you like to eat? What's your favorite food?
Right?
My favorite food?
Yeah.
Okay, I like soul food, probably beef tips or roast with brown gravy. I like, carrots, just the soul food. I'm from the South, so that's just, to me, like, that's the best food.
I don't think I've ever had complete soul food. I had jambalaya from a soul food place one time because I was like, all right, I don't know what half this stuff is. I don't know if I'm like it. I know I kind of like jambalaya, so I'll take the jambalaya. It was phenomenal. It was
Hell yeah.
phenomenal. But yeah, Scott, what's your favorite food?
Oh, me overall is
Me? You like yourself?
Me.
Scott just
Me.
Scott's like, you just catch Scott like a cat on his couch. You walk into his house, he's got his leg over his head, and he's just like,
It's just pictures
Scott,
of
what are you
like
doing? I'm having dinner.
you walk in and it's like pictures of me on a bun transposed and shit in the things and on a taco and stuff. Like, oh no, but
like Seinfeld when he's posing in his underwear,
right? But it's like posing like on a buffet. Me. No, Mexican food, really. That's basically my main thing. Any sort of Mexican food. I love tacos, fucking enchiladas. Any Taco Bell is even okay. No, fuck Taco Bell. That's fucking terrible. But
late night Taco Bell is the shit.
That is the next morning. I'll say the next morning is the shits.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah. I think well, for me it's anything really my wife cooks. I'm going that with it.
There you go, scoring them brownie points.
Yeah. But yeah, I live in Kansas, and the Mexican restaurants in this town, the food's great, but I didn't know there were so many Mexicans in Kansas. And then my wife goes, you're nearer the border than New York is, aren't you? Don't you? And I'm like,
yeah, but that doesn't.
It's a jog. Yeah. I guess all the Puerto Ricans go to New York. All the Puerto Ricans go to New York. The Mexicans stay around here. But yeah. Yeah. So now that we had our food break.
Yeah, right.
Because Vandy's on, she's a lady, so we asked her what kind of food she likes. We asked Patriot, how crazy she was, but But yeah, so let's get into the article that has people or should have people. Why do you think the ocean is so salty? Because your mom lays in it. So let's go. Oh, I almost left the studio. I told you. I almost left. Yeah, leave studio.
Hey, let me pull up this art.
Guys, you there? So this is the main reason we're here today. We did a episode with Voice of the People that went really long, and we broke this
Yeah,
all
it did.
down. But we want to just hit on the couple of things that will probably blow some people's minds because
Because it's the truth police. They're coming to your fucking head. The truth police.
da 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 da.
Well,
So
that's the whole thing is that, like, we already knew that they were trying to make that, the Ministry of Truth in a way, or whatever they were trying to call it here, and that it already has been done in other fucking times, which, Vandy, you've made a video about that as well. But yeah, it's been in many other periods of time.
So let's read a little bit. The Department of Homeland Security is quietly broadening its effects to curb speech. It considers dangerous an investigation by the interceptors found. Years of internal DHS memos, emails, and documents obtained via leak and an ongoing lawsuit, as well as public documents, illustrate an expansive effort by the agency to influence tech platforms.
So
you
like technocracy to me.
So you remember when everybody was like, "Oh, Twitter's a privately owned company, free speech. Facebook's private." Nah,
No.
no, they were not. They were working with the government. The work, much of which remains unknown to the American public, came in clearer view earlier this year when DHS announced the new Disinformation Governance Board, a panel designed to police misinformation, false information spread unintentionally, disinformation, false information spread intentionally, and malinformation, factual information spread typically out of context with harmful intent that allegedly threatens U.S. interest.
Dude, it's like now they keep having all these different types of information or whatever. It's like the same thing with all these isms and all that other. It's so fucking ridiculous. They try to keep classifying shit, and the reason why they do that is so that it's like everything can almost fall into some sort of category to get you fucking censored or fucking banned or whatever else.
Yeah, it's one of those you call it when the police get you for disturbing the peace,
right?
Or drunk in public. I was drunk in a bar. You threw me into public. The old Ron White.
Yeah.
While the board was widely ridiculed, immediately scaled back, and then shut down within a few months, other initiatives are underway as DHS pivots to monitoring social media now that its original mandate, the war on terror, has been wound down. Behind closed doors and through pressure of private platforms, the U.S. government has used its power to try to shape online discourse. So the U.S. government has used its power to try to shape online discourse. According to meeting minutes and other record...
Which it should not be allowed to do.
No. Other records... Oh, sorry.
Dude, that's automatic First Amendment fucking violation.
Yeah. And other records appended to a lawsuit filed by Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt, a Republican who is also running for Senate. Discussions have ranged from the scale and scope of government intervention in online discourse to the mechanics of streamlining, taking down requests for false or intentionally misleading information. Let's see. Oh, here we go. In a March meeting, Laura Demlow, an FBI official, warned that the threat of subversive information on social media could undermine support for the U.S. government. Demlow, according to notes of the discussion, attended by senior execs from Twitter and J.P. Morgan Chase, stressed that we need a media infrastructure that is held accountable.
So, financial organization.
Yeah. Why do you think everybody was getting kicked off of, kicked out of their bank, kicked off of Cash App, kicked off of PayPal? The government.
Yeah, Vandy, I was going to ask you about that actually, because you're on PayPal.
Actually, I just got rid of my PayPal. So
good. Yeah, I hope. What are you going to be going through? So everyone knows, plug that right now.
I will be using Square from now on. And for anyone who doesn't want to use Square, I will also offer Zelle, Cash App, and I may be getting rid of my Venmo soon, but I can still offer Venmo as well.
Right on. Yeah, because I've been wondering that too, and I know Dan Bongino is talking about his parallel economy stuff, which I've thought about looking into what he's doing with all of that. But we have to have parallel economies if it's going to be like this. But that's why I'm glad that Elon took back Twitter and all that shit. But still, nonetheless, yeah, we got to figure out how to be able to still make our money.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but with that social currency,
Yeah,
the cryptocurrency and online currency, they could shut you off.
that's what's going to be scary. Well, because I don't want to. If I start going into it, we're going to be back onto that. But that central bank digital currency shit and all that, but dude, yeah, we got to do more episodes on that. But yeah,
But look what they do with TikTok, and I'm convinced this is what they do. So they have a creator, right? They're built up, and they see a face that they can make money with, right?
hmm
So they build up this creator, build them up, and then what do? They ban him.
yeah.
What happens? You can only take $1,000 out of TikTok a day.
Where's that money go?
So what happens? What happens with that money when they take your account? They give it to TikTok,
Yep,
and you don't get it.
yep.
So you've got all this money, all those gifts and everything like that, gone. Bye-bye.
Mhm.
Bye-bye. All those hours you spent away from your wife and kids trying to make money for your
I had
family.
$12 from lives. TikTok. Screw you. You guys screwed me.
Screw me out of lunch, you sons of bitches.
No, but I was actually surprised that I even made like a little bit of that was during like the before times, but yeah, when I was with UPH doing all that shit, we were doing lives and whatever else, and actually making money on there. I was like, how do like I don't even this whole thing, like when it comes to making money on that, do you really want them to have all of your stuff? It's China. I'm not gonna be taking money off of there. If somebody wants to give me money, I'll give you like Cash App, whatever. Like, I mean, it's cool that people are doing it, but no, that they. I'm sorry, but anyone that's on TikTok, all of us, they know all of our shit. Just for the fact that we live in the USA, we have more protection in ways, but they know all our shit.
So here we go. Here's another piece. There is also a formalized process for government officials to directly flag content on Facebook or Instagram and request that it be throttled or suppressed through a special Facebook portal that requires a government or law enforcement email to use. At the time we were writing this, the content request system at Facebook is still live. DHS and Meta, the parent company of Facebook, did not respond for requests for comment. We checked it the other day. It was still live.
Mm-hmm.
It's still live. So the government can still get into your Facebook, get into your Instagram, get into I would bet anything. That's why you remember those little things. Are you on Facebook? I am dumb. I am really dumb. I am like somebody sitting in a wheelchair. I'd be like, do your legs work? Excuse me? Can you do a cartwheel?
Like Joe
sir,
Biden
madam?
when he asked that dude to
Oh.
stand up.
Yeah. Or that dead lady to stand up.
Oh, or for why ain't she here? Well,
Why?
because she's
Where's-
dead. She got a
Oh.
case of death. That's why.
She's in a cask right now, Joe. She's making bourbon.
Oh, that was a dark ass joke. That was hilarious.
man.
Sorry.
DHS's mission to fight disinformation stemming from concerns around Russia influence in the 2016 election began taking shape during the 2020 election and over efforts to shape discussion around vaccine policy during the coronavirus pandemic. Documents collected by the Intercept from a variety of sources included current officials and publicly available reports. Blah, 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 blah. Here we go. According to draft copy of DHS, I'm not saying that word, Homeland Security Review, DHS capstone report outlining the department's strategy and priorities in the coming years. The department plans to target inaccurate information on a wide range of topics, including, and this is where it gets really infuriating, the topics that are included that they can say whether or not the government can say whether or not you can talk about is the origins of the COVID-19 pandemic, the efficacy of the COVID-19 vaccines, racial justice, U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan, and the nature of U.S. support to Ukraine.
Fuck you.
You cannot say anything bad about those things.
So you can't, like, how does that make any fucking sense? We're living, oh my God, in such a wild ass time. It's really becoming a strong arm, like soft communism.
So does that the families of the 13 servicemen that were left over there to die can't express their anger on the whole topic?
Nope. She got thrown off Twitter.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
The wife got thrown off Twitter or Facebook. She got thrown off Facebook.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. You are living these truths and you can't express how you feel.
Hmm?
And once again, it's not these private companies, which they're not private. Okay. I don't care what you say. They're not private. They're publicly owned companies. People own shares in this. There's a board. They're not private companies.
Yep.
Okay. So once again, these peoples with delusions of, well, you can't scream fire. Yes, you can.
Actually, you can. Yeah.
You can.
There's no law against it. It's just you may get punched in the face or you may get taken to jail or whatever else, but you can do that. There is no legal premise that says that you can't.
Yeah. So you can't talk about these things. And like you said, the soldiers, everything had a COVID-19, like find out more. Spotify still has it. Find out more information about COVID-19. Have you, when you've seen the gray shading, Vandi, that's on Facebook, when somebody puts up an article or something like that, you ever see why? You ever click on to see why this article is misleading?
Yeah, when they put their own thing under it.
Yeah.
So that, yes, I've clicked on those before, and it's fact checkers, and it'll give you some source. And for some reason, sometimes the source is all in Chinese lettering.
Really? I never saw that one.
I had screenshotted. I don't know if I still have the screenshot, but I screenshot it. I posted a picture. I don't remember what it said, but it had a picture of Tim Allen, and it had something to do with, I think, censorship or something. And it didn't say anywhere in the post that he said that about the censorship. It was just had a picture of him because he is someone who has been censored. So the quote underneath it kind of fell hand in hand, as Tim Allen was somebody who has been censored left and right. The quote said something about censorship. They fact checked that, and underneath it, it said, fact check, Tim Allen never did say this. Well, it didn't say that he said that. And then when I went to click on the source that they give you, it popped up in Chinese letters. Like it wasn't even English. I couldn't even read it. And I'm like, what is this? I remember screenshotting it because I thought it was weird. And like, you're fact checking something and it's invalid. Like, your fact check is invalid because it doesn't even say that he said this. It's just a quote using his picture for an example because he was one of the people that this happened to.
Right.
So it made no sense to me.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
And like the whole, like the Hunter Biden thing, like the New York Post got taken down because they reported on the Hunter Biden thing. Meanwhile, it's come out he's been investigated for the last 4 years about this.
Right.
4 years, and they were just suppressing all this. And the fact check, I like it. I have a screenshot of one too, but it was like, we've heard this. I've heard this one before, but Trump says he did a cartwheel on Sunday, and it's like fact check. And in the article, it said, well, Trump said he did a cartwheel sometime during the week. So he didn't do it on Sunday.
Right. Well, for them to be investigating Hunter Biden for 4 years and like, Everyone wonders why we want the FBI to be disbanded. Like, come on, are you fucking serious?
Or make it a couple people. It
No,
not
the FBI should be disbanded. Everyone
Well-
from within the FBI should be put to other sources. The FBI should be disbanded completely, and so should the fucking CIA. CIA is way worse than the FBI. CIA should have been done with a long time ago, but I don't want to keep going on that rant. But nonetheless, yes, the FBI, especially now, like we see them being weaponized as the fucking straight up wing of the Democratic Party now. I don't care what anyone says. It's exactly what's happening.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the second in charge, when Matt Gaetz asked him, "Hey, where's the laptop?" I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? You're the second in charge of the FBI. What do you mean you don't know? I don't know where it is. And Matt Gaetz goes, "I got it."
Right, exactly. Yeah, I got it, bitches. Yeah, domestic terrorism and child trafficking is all the FBI is good for. Yep.
What, doing it?
Yes.
Let's see. Let's read a little more. I don't want to read the whole thing. Everybody can check it out. It's on The Intercept.
Yeah.
DHS justifies these goals, which have expanded far beyond its original purview on foreign threats to encompass disinformation originally domestically by claiming that terrorist threats can be exorbited by information and disinformation spread online. But that, I don't know that word. Laudable goal of protecting Americans from danger was often been used to conceal political maneuvering. Let's see. The other thing that I wanted. The track record has not prevented the U.S. government from seeking to become arbiters of what constitutes false or dangerous information on inherently political topics. Earlier this year, Republican Ron DeSantis signed a law known by supporters as the Stop Woke Law, which bans private companies from workplace training, asserting an individual's moral character is privileged or oppressed based on his or her race, color, sex, or national origin. That's already in the is it the Bill of Rights or the Constitution or what? Where is that? Nobody could be discriminated based on.
Oh, but that's on what's it?
Is it the Bill of Rights?
No, not it's Bill of Rights, but it's during what's it called? Segregation times. What's it called?
Oh, an amendment. It's an amendment.
Well, no, it's not an amendment. But no, you're not allowed to discriminate anyways. Like, and that's what they keep trying to get, like those people that have the bake shops that aren't making cakes for people that are either getting divorced or gay couples or whatever else, like because of the fact that they have religious beliefs. Like, you shouldn't be able to have them make something. Like, you can go to other places.
Yeah, and that couple that was trying to get that guy in trouble that they sued.
Right.
They went to a couple different places and they will let him do it. And then they found this one guy,
right,
who I think had something about religion in his profile, and they went to him intentionally.
Well, that's exactly. Yeah.
So they seek out these people, seek and destroy, and then they just take their livelihood and just move on like locusts. They come in, they mess up whatever they want to mess up, and then they go, and then this person is left there for the rest of their life trying to recuperate.
Well, that's a whole other reason why people keep worrying about all these Californiites leaving and going to Texas and everywhere else.
Yeah. Well, this was instituted by Trump, I believe it said. CISA was instituted by Trump, but then they really went with it with the 2020 election. Prior to the 2020 election, tech companies including Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, Discord, Wikipedia, Microsoft, LinkedIn, and Verizon Media met on a monthly basis. Let me read that again really quickly. Prior to the 2020 election, tech companies including Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, Discord, Wikipedia, Microsoft, LinkedIn, and Verizon Media met on a monthly basis with CIA and CISA and other government representatives.
Oh, not CIA, FBI and CISA,
CISA,
government, yeah. But still, nonetheless, they're meeting with government agencies. That's not
Once
good at all
a
whatsoever.
month. So all those messages and everything, they saw everything. They know
Mhm.
everything. That's why I don't understand. So if they were meeting prior to the 2020 election, and they
Isn't that
saw
like
all
in a
that,
way? Isn't that in a way, depending on what they are going for, especially when it comes to Twitter and Facebook, right? And Discord. Can they see your messages?
I
Because
would
they can see your messages and they have access to it. Isn't that in a way kind of
invasion of privacy.
yeah, illegal search and seizure?
Yeah, I would think so. Vandy?
Yeah, they can see your messages. You know how you know? Have you ever sent a message on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and they wouldn't let it go through because it violated their community?
Mm,
That how do you know this message is violating your community guidelines? Are you snooping? Like, I get
right,
main feed you doing that, but not that it's right. But your
right,
private.
right. The private messages, and that's the whole thing. Is that means that they have messaging
Mhm.
set to certain keywords. So even if you just send it, it's gonna trigger, and it shouldn't. It shouldn't fucking matter. That's a private message.
Absolutely. You should be able to talk about whatever you want in a private message. And you could be telling a joke or something, or just, bickering with your best friend, and you hit one of those trigger words, and then you can't send the message because it violates the guidelines in a private message.
Right.
Yeah, it's once again comes down to control. They want to control you, just like TikTok.
Friend.
What? Say that again.
Can't even say what you want to your friend in a private message because that's how controlling it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They want to control you and they want to change your thought process. They want to change how you think. So now, you can't, like, on TikTok, you can't say certain words or you're banned. You can't. So now you have to change the way you say things. So now you have to think about what you say before you say it.
Right.
And that's thought policing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's thought policing. They want to change how you think, or else you're going to get in trouble. So you can't listen. You can think whatever you want. You could say whatever you want, whether you act on it or you don't act on it. If you act on it, then you've committed a crime. If you don't act on it, you're allowed to think whatever you want.
Well,
but-
I mean, we know this to an extent, but it should have never been that way. Social media has always been an extension of the government disguised as a public platform. Yeah, no, but it should have never been that way because that is in itself an invasion of privacy.
So
in itself, completely, that's an invasion of privacy.
So that little paragraph right there.
But yeah, hold on. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, what's up, yo? That's Voice of the People, Ryan
That's Voice of the People.
Senpai. But yeah, keep going.
He wants to talk to you too. You're a very popular person. But yeah, so okay. So that paragraph is probably one of the most important paragraphs that is in this article because of the fact that if they had all that, right? Why did they not stop January 6th?
Right. No,
if
exactly.
they knew
yeah.
all of that, if they were into all those social medias, they were into Microsoft, they were into Discord and Reddit, and all those people saying those things and using all that stuff. So you're telling me the government didn't know that January 6th was being planned?
Right.
Come on, guys.
Not only that, the school shooting, the kid what was his name?
Nick, the Parkland kid.
He posted on Facebook what he was going to do, and Facebook did nothing. You would think that would have picked up some of those trigger words of what he said in his post. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Why didn't they do anything?
Well, I mean, I believe most of the school shootings that have happened and recently, the FBI has known about most of the shootings, period. The FBI has known about this stuff and they haven't done a thing
Well,
about it.
Well, but it's like mainly one of the main things is that they've like somehow have been in contact with the shooter every time, like within a year previous, like profiling the motherfucker, getting accounts put on because people are reporting him for weird shit, and it's like every time. But then you guys want to say it's such a surprise, and there's fucked, and then whatever with our laws are fucked up and shit like that. It's like no, what's fucked up is our justice system of not taking care of what the fuck needs to be taken care of, especially with these crazy pants motherfuckers that keep happening. And like you guys already know about them. How is that okay?
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to see if anything else is important. This apparatus had a dry run during the 2020 election when CISA began working with other members of U.S. Intelligence Committee, Officer of Intelligence, and analyzed personnel attended weekly teleconferences to coordinate intelligence community activities to counter election-related disinformation. So once again, they had all this information, and they still allowed January 6th to happen. The government allowed it to happen.
Well, this I've heard about too. I mean, this can be a whole nother episode about stuff, but I mean, that's when we start getting into some real conspiracy stuff. They trained them in New Mexico for school shootings, and they talked about it in 2018 and it disappeared. I've seen articles about stuff like that where they actually do have in those areas, I forget where it's at in the deserts, they have like places where some soldiers or border agents stay sometimes, but a lot of them haven't, and then they bring them into there to train for stuff like that. But yeah, conspiracies.
I mean, listen, once again, what's the difference between a conspiracy and a fact? About 6 months?
Yeah, 6 to 12 months, somewhere inside of there.
Last Thursday, immediately following billionaire Elon Musk's completed acquisition of Twitter, Gade was terminated from the company. Vijaya Gade, I forgot. Trying to see where it says that she was in.
That
with
is the
all
worst
this.
name too.
Yeah, Vijaya Gade. Vijaya Gade. Vijaya Gade. I'm trying to find it where it said that she was a part of it, and that's why she cried. That's why she cried when she knew that all this stuff would come out. I can't find it. You find it, people. But Vijaya Gade was in on it. She knew. She knew exactly what was going on. Emails.
She was involved in fucking Trump getting fucking banned and shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Emails between DHS officials, Twitter, and the Center for Internet Security outlined the process for such takedown requests during the period leading up to November 2020. Meeting notes show that tech platforms would be called upon to process reports and provide timely responses to include the removal of reported misinformation from the platform where possible. In practice, this often meant state election officials sent examples of potential forms of disinformation to CISA, which would then forward them on to social media companies for a response. So, hey, the government just said, take this down. And the people went, okay.
Okay. Sure, Big Daddy government.
I'm baffled. I'm baffled.
No, I'm appalled.
Yeah, I'm appalled. That's it.
I'm appalled at the people in this country that have no balls. They don't give a fuck about actually having free speech and standing up for what the fuck is right in this country, what we were built on, and just laying down like a bunch of pussy bitches.
I would say some women have bigger balls than some men, but now it's politically incorrect to say.
Now you don't even know if
have balls.
Now you don't even know what is what. I mean,
listen, once again, I think I'm a married man because I'd probably be taken by one of them. I'd just be like, nice. I'd just be staring right here, right at the chest, like, huh? Yeah, oh yeah, are we gonna leave? And boy, would I get a surprise at the end of the night. Is that a McDonald's Happy Meal? Yes, it is.
Yes.
But it's Vandy, what's your take on this? I mean, did you see this? Did you hear about this before tonight, or
Which part?
did you hear about this article that came out? And what was in the article?
No, I did not. Oh, wait. Are you talking about the
Censorship
bleh,
article, the Intercept article?
brain fart? Yes, I did hear about that article.
What's your take on it?
I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, obviously, I was just telling him earlier, if you look back in history, some big people in history had what you call ministry of truth. And we look back and we see that it was not the truth, we see that it was all used to manipulate and sway and deceive people to get them exactly where they wanted them in the gas chambers. So, I mean, that when I see that, or when I first saw that article, that was the first thought that came to mind. Like, what is disinformation to them? Like, what is it? Is it me saying that if I catch COVID, I think I'll be okay? Or is it me saying that, oh my God, if I catch COVID, I'm going to die? Like, my opinion, if I catch COVID, I think I'll be okay. I'm young. I think I'll be okay. You literally can't say stuff like that without them saying, well, here's the facts on COVID. That's just my opinion. If I catch COVID, my opinion is, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but in my opinion, I feel like I'll probably be okay, and I'll build immunity to it. But you can't say that. Like, and then you have people who have caught COVID and they are okay, and they did build immunity to it. But had they talked about that, natural immunity, that's disinformation. Oh, but now here we are 6 months later, like you said a while ago, on the CDC website, it is now listed that natural immunity is better than the vaccine immunity. So,
and horse pace works too now.
So is their disinformation only going to be disinformation for 6 months at a time on their website? Are they going to be sure that they list that? Make sure you list that whatever is on your truth ministry page, that it's only going to be the truth for 6 months at a time.
Exactly.
I feel like the government is a petulant 16-year-old that's trying to tell you how to live your life.
Right.
Like, you don't understand, Dad.
Oh no,
I'm twice as old as you. I understand.
No, exactly. Yeah. And it's also like a real narcissistic relationship. It's like every time you do something, it's like, no, you're doing that.
But that, that's another thing. Like, they gave us the playbook. Like, everybody who didn't take the shot, like, they all saw what the playbook was. They all saw what everybody laid out, and everybody who took it was just like, okay, what line do I get in? What line? Is that where the train is? That's where the train. Okay, let's get on that line. Like, it was crazy. And then, you had news articles about people, lining up to get COVID shots in the summer, yet they were wearing coats in the picture that they put up. Like, it's just like, isn't that disinformation? Isn't Joe Biden telling everybody that gas was $5 a gallon when he took office, and now it's less? Isn't that disinformation?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why?
Oh my God.
Well, I don't know if it was that exactly or whatever else, but I know that Elon's been having fun fact checking fucking Biden lately.
Oh, you mean and fact checking the White House too?
Yeah, well, it's been awesome.
Please hold for this example. Hold on, where is it? It was just today.
Oh, I didn't see the one today. What was today?
Hold on. Please hold.
Yeah. After these messages, we'll be right back.
The White House. Seniors are getting the biggest increase in their Social Security checks in 10 years through President Joe Biden leadership. And then right under, you get readers added context. Seniors will receive a large Social Security benefit increase due to the annual cost of living adjustment, which is based on the inflation rate.
Right. Yep. Which we're all due to get because of the inflation rate. To be honest, I think all of our checks are due to increase next year, not because of anything good.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you're getting your Social Security checks because the president fucked us. We got the big old
Like, dude, eventually, like in socialist countries, whenever shit like this happens, you'll be walking down the street with a goddamn wheelbarrow full of fucking money, and guess what it buys? A Tootsie Roll.
Well, I mean, what was it?
You
A
know
couple
what I'm
years
saying?
ago, it was Venezuela. They were
Yeah.
throwing out money.
Yeah.
But people don't. You try to, and I say this all the time. I'm a half a dum-dum, and I can still see when you throw shit in my face.
Yeah.
I can
dude,
still
for
see
real.
when you're trying to throw things like.
Well, that's one of the like, especially when it comes to things like this. Like, I'm same as you. Like, I know I'm not the smartest dude, but when it comes to numbers and especially understanding money wise and like just fucking demand and like it's people are ridiculous. Like they just keep giving away money, especially sending it to Ukraine, printing up shit. Actual and economics says the more that you just put out there, the less your money's worth. Stop doing that. How about that? How about we stop doing that? I'm sorry, whatever's happening over there, but Ukraine and Russia, you can both kiss my ass. We should not be giving you any attention whatsoever. Whatever's happening over there, I'm sorry, it sucks. Fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just there's no need to send all this money over there for what? For
Yeah.
what? I mean, how do you feel about this, Vandy? My stance is we take all the military and bring them back.
Mhm.
All the military, bring them back. Forget everybody else. I mean, we can fly drones everywhere now. If we want pictures taken, we could fly drones anywhere we want. People don't realize we are shielded by two bodies of water. Like this is why Ukraine and Russia are able to fight each other. Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, they can all fight each other because they're next door neighbors.
Exactly.
That's like I don't know American geography. That's
You-
like New York and New Jersey. That's
you-
all I know.
The
New York
U.S.
and New
is
Jersey
like one of
fighting
the
each
most
other.
secure countries, to be honest. It really is because we are covered, like you said, by two bodies of water.
Well, my opinion, I think it's Joe Biden's America sticking their nose somewhere it doesn't belong. And I feel like if he keeps going that way, he's going to start World War III because, in my opinion, I feel like we should not be participating in anything over there. I don't think that should have anything to do with us. I don't think. I think also all of our tax paying dollars that go over there, I feel like we have the right to know exactly what it's being used for. That's our hard-earned money.
Exactly.
I want to know what they're using it for over there. What is it going to?
Right.
Get a receipt or something? I mean, I would like to know what my money is going over there to be used for, and I would like to know why it's going over there exactly.
Right.
Could you imagine giving your your taxes to the government on April 15th and it's just a zero, you just write zero on a piece of paper and go, there you go. No, I didn't make any money. Nope. I mean, once again, the government works for us. They're supposed to tell us what they're doing with our money. And they're just going, no, that's classified. Why?
Mhm.
I don't need to know where people are. I don't need to know, what they're doing. Just give me a receipt.
Mhm.
What's this plane
doing
cost?
some research on that the other day because you like you just said, the whole classified thing. I felt like there's got to be something in there that would counteract the whole classified part, because with it being our money, I was trying to figure out, like, I was trying to see how are they able to get away with us not knowing what is being done with our money. And I mean, I couldn't really find anything. I need to go back and do some more research on
all of that and what they're doing.
Oh,
And
there is no reason for them to be able to get away with it. There really isn't. There
there's
is
not.
no law. There's no nothing. It's just that they do, and we don't question it enough. And the fact that even if we do question it enough, nothing is done about it. Courts throw it out because they have the ability to just say, like, I don't want to fucking hear this. And I'll say something else. Yeah, it is about to get to that extremist point. Nobody wants to fucking really stand up and fucking get a group together and fucking really go do something fucking about it, because
That. Mhm.
it's
Well,
beyond that time. I'm sorry, no matter what anyone wants to fucking think, it's beyond that time. It's fucking bullshit the way that they jerk us around like a bunch of fucking bitches with our money.
Yeah.
Like
I-
like we look like bitches. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
most of us do in this country. And it's not because we don't want to do anything. It's because it's been going on for so fucking long.
Well, and because it'll be spun. I mean, look, they keep calling everybody who doesn't agree with the MAGA Republicans, the MAGA. I mean, today, Eyeballs, Marie Jean, blah, blah, whatever her freaking name is, the mouthpiece of Joe Biden,
Yeah.
came out and
Fucking blinkers.
they asked her, I forgot what they asked her, but they asked her a question and she turned around and made it about MAGA Republicans. Oh, they asked her about the deleted tweet from the White House. And she's like, well, we always try to put context. No, you don't. Joe Biden on the website said that he was on that gas was over $5 when he took office. There's no, you lied there.
It was like $2.42.
Yeah.
Was
And
the average price.
She's like, well, we tried to supply context and there was no context in it, so we took it off. And the guy's like, well, what do you well, isn't it true about the inflation thing? Well, Joe Biden wrote the best inflation package that, ever in the United States of America, and the MAGA Republicans on the other side, they're the ones who signed that they don't want to do it. Yeah. What's in the bill?
Yeah,
What's in
bitch,
there?
what's in the bill?
What's in there? What are we funding? What are we giving money to? Like, what really got me on this train was that when the COVID bill was signed, hospitals got $40,000 per case.
Right.
$40,000. If you perished from that, they gave the hospital $40,000, and it was in the bill. And people are like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Yes, it is. So you are asking these hospitals basically to just, and AOC even said it. If you had someone who passed away from it, just go to the hospital and get their death certificate changed. Why? Oh, because we were giving billions of dollars to hospitals for it. And if you look in every time, the Lincoln Center got 25, I don't know if it was billion or $1 million every time there was a COVID relief fund. What does the Lincoln Center need $25 million for? It's just reading these bills have made me so aggravated and angry.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like with how they do it, they put like 7 things in the one, because it goes along with like, yeah, how Nancy Pelosi's like, oh, we have to pass it to find out what's gonna happen. Like, that's not how government works. That's not how that works. That's not how any of this works. You guys keep putting too many things in, and that's why so many of us want either a convention of states or a national divorce. But if we do a convention of states, we would be able to set term limits. We would be able to actually fucking really bring a hold of things. And once again, I'm going to go ahead and say, why don't you guys go ahead and go exempt on your fucking taxes, because fuck the government. And we need to defund them because,
well,
so many reasons.
Well, another thing I was going to say about the whole thing about doing something about the government, it's like a divorce trial where the other spouse is paying for the lawyer.
Yeah,
that's basically what it is. So they will. It's our tax dollar. They're not put on the hook for it at all. They just keep spending our money, so they'll get the best lawyers they can, as many lawyers as they can, and you'll try to get the best lawyer you can. And it's not going to be the same as 10 attorneys for the United States government. And they're just going to keep, they don't care. It's not coming out of their pocket. They're still getting their salary. The money's coming from us. So they'll just keep going and going and going until you're drained. until you're drained of money.
Right. Well,
and then
that's why
nothing happens.
that's why we drain them in the pregame if we can. More people just need to get on with it. But yeah, it is what it is. That's a whole other subject. But blah blah.
All right, Vandy, you want to plug your stuff so more people can buy all your
Yeah.
wonderful stuff and the stickers. I can't
sure.
wait to put the stickers around all over the place.
Yeah,
Sure.
let me go ahead and kick out this ending song.
Y'all can find me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Truth Social, Vandi Street, Creations by Vandi Street. I'm usually, if you search Vandi Street, I'll pop up. And yeah, y'all hit me up.
Well, we definitely will. This
Yes.
is my favorite thing, and it's just like, it's big, but it's comfortable. Like I don't feel like I'm gonna lose it out of my hand. Like I always like the one with the handles, but this is just like, no, this is not going anywhere.
Right, perfect size, and you did a damn good job on it.
Yeah,
I love the fucking
these are-
way that it turned out.
These are amazing. These
Oh,
are
yeah.
So glad you
so
love it.
these are so cool. Yeah, so you can get these, or you can send her a design and she'll make a design for you. And you know what? Support local businesses, support small businesses, you know, because that's how this whole thing was started, with small businesses. You know, during the pandemic, every Amazon and all them big box places, they made the money. But as I say every week, we're not here to change your mind. We're just here to open your mind. You can find me on TikTok at Midwest Troublemaker. You can find me on Twitter, MW Troublemaker. You can find our other Twitter is Biz Party Podcast. And yeah.
Yep, Business Party Podcast on IG and Party of the Business on TikTok. Catch y'all later.